It's the morning stretch, so glad you could join us. I'm Tricia Slomo, along with Chief Meteorologist Matt Engelbrecht, and we've got producer Kyrstyn Glover.
Hello.
And guys, we are now looking at another busy weekend here in Michiana. We are wrapping up May and welcoming in June, and it's like hold on tight because it is wide open with events and activities, just all kinds of fun.
Oh, yeah. The warmer weather brings everybody out.
I know, and it's going to be warmer, right, Matt?
We're talking about the weather when we have something going on this weekend that far surpasses anything regarding weather. I mean, it's not a bird. It's not a plane. It's Comic-Con coming to Elkhart, Indiana. It's not just Comic-Con. It is a growing enterprise in and across the area. So we're going to talk more about that coming up a little bit. The weather forecast, just hot next week, is going to be the big story.
All right, and that's something we can all look forward to. But as you've alluded to, we have the most incredible guest joining us now from Elkhart this morning. We have Alan Stewart. He is the man in charge, folks, of Comic-Con, Hall of Heroes Comic-Con event. This is all taking place this weekend in Elkhart. Good to see you, sir. How are you?
Hey, Tricia. Thanks for having me on.
We're glad you could be on the morning stretch.
Yeah.
This is really fun. What year are you in now for Comic-Con?
This is year 8 for us. It would have been 9 if we wouldn't have had COVID, of course. There was no Comic-Cons in 2020, so we are year 8.
Incredible. And it has grown every year, hasn't it?
It has. We doubled in size last year. We started out like at a 20,000 square foot festival. Now we're at like about 75,000 square
Wow.
feet. And I just signed contracts next year, again with the RV Hall of Fame, the Northern Indiana Event Center, and we are actually adding another 20,000 square feet for next year. So we will be nearly 100,000 square feet next year for our event. We are now the number 2 Comic-Con in the state after Indianapolis, and we are the number 2 event in Elkhart County after Jazz Fest now. So you're absolutely right. We're growing, and we have plans to continue growing.
Now, Alan, as somebody that has never been to Comic-Con, but you hear all about it, especially San Diego kind of started the whole thing, and then we're going in Elkhart. What can we experience? What is something that you tell people who have never been to a Comic-Con to expect?
I just tell people, come out, see it for yourself. If you've never been, it's a unique event unlike anything else. We have Hollywood celebrities. We have vendors. We have artists. We have animators. We have Hollywood vehicles. And above all, we have a lot of fun. I mean, it's just great to see all the people wandering around in costume, to meet all these nerdy, fun, now cool. When I was growing up in the 80s, it was not cool to be a comic book nerd. I got beat up a lot and chased by bullies. But now it's cool. Now I'm one of the cool kids. I was undateable in high school, but now I'm one of the cool kids. So it's
my goodness.
Well, and it's because you get to rub elbows with some of the coolest people. You are bringing together quite a list of celebrities, and you got to admit, this is quite the draw.
It is. Yeah, this year is probably one of, if not our best guest lineups over the years.
Yeah.
We have Anthony Kerrigan, who's going to be in this summer's Superman movie as Metamorpho. You can meet him here 5 weeks before the movie. I got lucky. The Superman action figures just started hitting Walmarts this week, and I was able to snag a Metamorpho character, Anthony's character, get an autograph this weekend. But he's been in Barry with Henry Winkler. He was amazing in all 4 seasons of that show. He was, villains in both Flash and Gotham. And I've met him before. He's a great guest. What's really cool is he has not done a Comic-Con in 11 years. So this is his first public appearance in 11 years right before the Superman movie. So definitely encourage people to come out and meet him. He's a hard guest to get. We've actually been trying for 5 years before we finally got him. And we've got Dean Cain, Superman himself. This summer is going to be huge. Superman because of the new movie. We've got 2 Superman guests this weekend, which is amazing. We've got Tyler Mane Sabretooth, who was just in Deadpool Wolverine. He was, Sabretooth in the X-Men, the original X-Men films. He was Michael Myers in the Halloween events, in the Halloween movies. He was a professional wrestler.
That's his bat phone ringing.
Yeah,
that was
I could
Alan's
tell.
bat phone.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
It was.
I thought so.
Yeah, that's raining nonstop. Yeah, absolutely. It's Comic-Con crunch time. We've got Denise Crosby from Star Trek, Walking Dead, Vic Mignogna. If you're an anime fan, look Vic up. He was in Dragon Ball. He was in Pokemon. He's played over 100 different anime and video game characters. He's huge. He was in a Star Trek series as well.
One thing, Alan, we mentioned a lot about, that's all right, Hollywood and celebrities, but there's also a whole different genre that Comic-Con brings, and that's video games. And I saw on the list there that you have voice actors coming in. Can you talk a little bit about how voice acting has become a big part of not only video games, but also being able to meet some of these voice actors?
Oh, absolutely. Voice actors started finally getting recognition back in the 90s. I mean, they've been around since the 60s, but they weren't really getting any credit. In fact, we've got, Tom Cook coming in, who's one of the animators from Hanna-Barbera. He worked on King of the Hill. He worked on He-Man, all these classic cartoons. But, like Vic is widely recognized as a video game and anime voice actor. But yeah, those guys just didn't get credit until about 30 years ago. They've started getting notoriety and recognition, which is really cool. And you see a lot more of them at cons across the country now.
Yeah.
Now, is there going to be opportunities to meet these celebrities?
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, if you go to our website at hohcomiccon.org, you can order in advance for the professional photo ops with the celebrities of your choice.
It's great.
They will be at their booths other than food breaks and panel breaks, because we have panels on 2 different stages throughout the weekend. So each of the celebrities does a panel that the audience can come, ask questions, interact with them. Other than that, they will be at their booths because they each have a booth. And so you can come to their booth and meet them, get an autograph, take a selfie picture, or you can do the professional photo op. So you have 2 different options there.
And I know sometimes you need to pay per item to have something signed. Is that going to be the case or no?
That is correct. Yeah, that's pretty much industry standard. That's standard at every Comic-Con, and they each have their own different rates. And they'll have signage at the tables telling what that is.
Okay. Yeah. Cosplay is a huge, huge part of this every time. And adults and kids are encouraged to take part. And you have little workshops for the kids, is that right?
We do. We actually have, so in one of the halls, because we're in 3 different halls. So in the one hall, we've got, the Hollywood vehicles, but we have all the different cosplay groups that'll be there. And these are professional cosplayers, so we have the Hall of Heroes group that'll be there. And we're actually doing a thing where we help kids create their own costumes. So Joanne Fabrics donated a whole bunch of materials, a sewing machine, things like that, that we're going to be using where the kids can come up. We can help them make stuff. We have several panels with our professional cosplay judges that will be doing, just Cosplay 101 is one of the many panels we're doing. So that's, they'll kind of teach you how to start and from beginning to advanced levels. We have different panels for that.
And you're, of course, a aficionado of Comic-Con, but also the industry in general. Is there anything coming up this weekend? Because I know Comic-Con is sometimes used as a way to kind of promote, but also maybe release some inside information that you normally wouldn't find in the public domain. So is there anything you're looking forward to maybe finding out this weekend?
A lot of times like that, Matt, when, a lot of the trailers for upcoming movies and things like that, so that's pretty much exclusive to San Diego Con.
Gotcha.
Because that's the big Hollywood, con. So we don't do stuff like that as far as, we're not San Diego, of course. So they're
yet.
the only one access it. Right. Yeah. Probably never, we'll probably never get to that level. Well, hopefully you guys will be able to make it out for Comic-Con, and see it for yourself, because it's an incredible event.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And you know what? I'm so proud of you. Didn't your first one start right there at your museum?
Not the first. The first Comic-Con we did in 2017 was actually at the Lerner, downtown Elkhart.
Gotcha. Okay.
We did that in conjunction with then Mayor Neese. He approached me. His son actually works for the San Diego Comic-Con that we've mentioned a couple of times.
Okay.
And so, he and I both just both wanted to put Comic-Con together, and that's how it started here in Elkhart.
All right. Well, let's go through the times real quick. Saturday, May 31st, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, June 1st, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Alan, we're so glad you could join us on the morning
Thanks,
stretch. And I know your phone's been ringing off the hook, so thank you for joining us, even though it's Comic-Con crunch time for you. We wish you the absolute best.
Hey, great. I appreciate that. I appreciate you helping us get the word out. Hopefully we'll see you guys this weekend.
Live
All
long
right.
and prosper.